Sweet, a former CIA official and now co-founder of the Chertoff Group, a security and risk management consulting firm. Thanks so much for joining us this Dad. That
Good to be
was
with you.
Quite an interesting exchange between the senator from Vermont and Secretary Gates. When it comes to these CIA informants that have allegedly been arrested by Pakistan, how much pull do we have at all when it comes to getting them released? I mean, is that a goal even of ours in the United States?
It's absolutely a goal. These people worked to help us achieve one of the greatest accomplishments in intelligence history, the takedown of Osama bin Laden. So I think the answer is we've got to do everything we can to help those who've helped us. Right now, though, it is a very delicate time in the relationship, as you noted. The tensions between Pakistan and the U.S. are extremely high, and so this needs to be done behind the scenes. 4 of the 5 detainees have already been released. The 5th detainee, the one individual who reportedly had previously been in the Army, is the one that may have the closest relationship to the CIA. So the answer is that we have various forms of leverage to help there. I think what we need to do right now, though, is take a public eye off this, move behind the scenes. As Defense Secretary Gates said, you know, he's former director of CIA. Let's do this in a quiet, diplomatic way so we don't force Kayani, General Kayani, the head of the Army, to have an embarrassing moment.
Right, and you mentioned Kayani. He's going through some intense pressure. This is a guy who has led the Pakistan Army since 2007, and while we here in the United States are grumbling and some of our lawmakers are grumbling about this relationship, perhaps there's even more intense pressure in Pakistan, viewed as being pro-American, and now there's sort of a move underway to get rid of him. What happens if indeed our relationship that is now strained takes another hit?
Well, General Kayani is in a very difficult position, and any successor to him at this juncture would likely be far more anti-American than General Kayani. So we need to basically give him the space to, if he needs to, publicly do certain optical moves to show that he's tough, defending the pride of the Army as well as the pride of Pakistan. In the background, what we do need to do, though, is have various confidence-building measures, and we've got to stop seeing certain activities. They're right now just canceled the training where we have our special forces helping to train them on how to do special force operations against,
right, some of these joint exercises.
Yeah.
But this is the other question. I mean, there are people on the other side who say, wait a minute, how much worse can it get? How much worse can this relationship get? Osama bin Laden was essentially hiding in plain sight in Pakistan.
Well, let me tell you how much worse it could get. They sit on the world's most unsecure nuclear arsenal. They're surrounded by Al-Qaeda within their own country. Imagine if the government, who right now is the most fragile, this is a perfect storm. They have a huge economic decline at the same time they've got the military and the intelligence community morale at an all-time low, and they feel threatened by India. So this could get a lot worse, and I think it's imperative that we remember that success in Afghanistan depends on Pakistan. When I was in the CIA, the way we worked to support the Mujahideen to oust the Soviets was through cooperation with the ISI to get the Stinger missiles into Afghanistan. We need Pakistan to be successful in Afghanistan with the Taliban. This is not the time, despite the tensions up on the Hill in Washington here, to saber rattle. We need cooler heads to prevail.
So all of it sounds like bad news for us, but is there... do we have any leverage? I mean, what's in it for Pakistan to maintain good U.S. relations?
Well, what's in it for Pakistan is $2 billion in foreign aid a year. What's in it for Pakistan is a counterbalance to their arch enemy, India. What's in it for Pakistan is assistance in defeating a shared enemy, which is Al-Qaeda and radical Islamists within their own country that actually have killed more Pakistanis than anyone else. So we have a tremendously aligned shared interest in Afghanistan. Some would question whether the focus is fighting Al-Qaeda or whether it's fighting India in Pakistan. Well, you know, you put your finger on something, which is the ultimate existential threat for Pakistan is India from their perspective, and that's the tension where we, on the other hand, one of our top priorities is Al-Qaeda. So sometimes they view the fight against Al-Qaeda as America's war. It's a shared war, though, and we need to be careful in terms of trying to strike the right balance with the Pakistanis to ensure their cooperation in one of our most important strategic priorities, which is the defeat of Al-Qaeda.
All right, Chad Sweet, co-founder of the Chertoff Group, former CIA official. Great to get your take this morning. Thank you.
Thank you.
Just new numbers out this morning about